Hello and welcome to Meet the Commissioner. I'm Steve Kime and have the privilege of serving as Director of Public Relations and Marketing, also for the Enid Television Network. Thank you for joining us. It's always a real treat, and one of the joys in the work that I get to do for the City of Enid is meeting a variety of individuals. And this time on Meet the Commissioner, we have a brand new, he's still under warranty, City Commissioner, and we want to welcome to the ETN studios today, Jonathan Waddell. Jonathan, welcome to the City of Enid. Welcome to the ETN studios.
Thank you.
Enid Television Network. We usually go with the ETN, you know.
That works. Keep it easy for me.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you for being here today, and appreciate you set aside time out of your busy schedule to talk to the viewers. So right off the bat, I'm sure during your campaign that you told a lot of people about Jonathan Waddell.
Yeah.
You know, there's people watching the program today, Jonathan, that says, who is this guy? Well, you're the new Ward 4 Commissioner, but if you would, tell the viewers a little bit about yourself, please.
Okay, so I'm originally from Washington State. I moved here via the military. I got stationed here back in 2014, and I retired due to sequestration. I got offered early retirement, and so I went ahead and jumped out. And during that transition, I took a job at Walmart for about 6 months as an assistant manager there, which was a very interesting experience.
To me, you would be the greeter. I'm sorry, Jonathan. See, I mean, with your smile and just your jovialness, I would think that would encourage people just to spend a lot of money. So I'm sorry.
You know, no, it was. I got a. One of the things I liked about it was I got to interact with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Some were happy to see me, and some weren't. But it was a very good experience. I got to meet a lot of great people here at the store.
Being a city commissioner.
Very much so. Very much so. Very much so. Except the people at the store don't have my home phone number. So it was an interesting experience. And so from there, I was offered a position on. Well, actually, I took a position on the base as I do quality assurance for the information technology section for the base there. So I chase after contractors and make sure that they're doing the IT work the way it's supposed to be done.
Well, before we go further, thank you for your service to our great country.
I appreciate that. It was my honor to serve and my pleasure to serve.
I appreciate you. All right, question number 2 is, why did you run for the office of City Council? What were you thinking? Is that what a family member says? You know, Jonathan, what were you thinking?
I get that a lot, honestly, from people who know the position. Are you sure? No, but you know, I love Enid. I really genuinely love Enid. And over the years, I've learned that if you love something, you have to invest in it. You have to sacrifice for it. And so I feel like if this is a community that I love and I enjoy and I want my family to be able to be in, then I need to be able to take the time to invest in it to help it grow, and to keep it the way, keep it for the things that I love about it, which its charming appeal, its nature, the people. I mean, I really just love this place, so I want to do everything I can to keep it what it is.
Do you feel like the momentum is going in the right direction, and your role is, as I heard a commissioner say, I just don't want to mess things up. I just want to keep things going in the right direction. Do you sense that's the case?
In certain avenues, yes. Okay. I think that there's a overwhelming feeling in the city that there's some things that we can do better. And that's the thing that I want to keep rolling. I think people have more of an interest about what's going on in the city over the last several months and several years. And so that's the momentum that I want to see going. I want to see people to get more and more involved about what's going on, because, you know, in a government that like we have, it only works if the people are involved and the people, you know, have a stake in what's going on.
Once they get plugged in.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Well, in case you just joined us, our special guest today on Meet the Commissioner is the new Ward 4 Commissioner for the City of Enid, Jonathan Waddell. Well, Jonathan, with your military experience and your management experience / greeter experience at Walmart, forgive me for saying that. I'll leave that alone here a little bit. But you're bringing tools and experience to the table. What are those tools and experiences do you sense that you're bringing to the City Council?
Well, quality assurance. You know, the last couple of years I've been working in quality assurance, and throughout my career in the military, quality has always been paramount. Making sure that what it is that we do at a high level of excellence. Nothing is just done for the sake of doing it. We do it because there's purpose behind it, so we have to do it with quality. So that's something that I take pride in, making sure that I don't do anything halfway. I also believe that following the rules. The thing about the military is that we have regulations, we have guidance that says that things are supposed to be done a certain way, and we do it with integrity. And so that's something that I think that I bring to the table to make sure that we're following what it is that our own charter, our own laws, and our own guidelines and the will of what the people want is what it is that we're doing. That we're not following our own agenda, we're following the agenda of what the people that elected us to do.
Commissioner, I dangerously assume that when you were running for office or contemplating running for office, that you thought there was things you wanted to do that you wanted to accomplish as a commissioner. And then as it got closer to the vote, and now after you've been to a few meetings, the question is, what do you hope to achieve as a city commissioner? Well,
it's interesting because that idea when I first started and when I considered coming in was one thing, and it's grown since then. I love this city and I love what it is, but I think there's some things that we can do in order to be able to grow it in a way that doesn't change what our identity is as Enid. I would love to see us grow our educational institutions here. We have two great institutions in Autry and NOC. I'd love to see those institutions grow and expand the capabilities that they have in order to be able to bring a higher level of education and qualification to the individuals here at Enid. I think that should be a priority for us because, again, when you have companies that are looking to come to a region like this and come to an area like this, they're looking at as far as a populace, what is it that we can provide as far as people who can work in those industries, what they can do. Sure. And so I think that's something that we can do to help and expand. In that same vein, I want to bring more industry here to this region in order to be able to bring better paying jobs to the people here. When I say I love this area, I grew up in a place, my mother grew up in Mississippi. We ended up in Washington State. My father grew up in Arkansas. My sister lives in California. My family's scattered all over the place. I love Enid, and I want my family to be in Enid. And so in order for that to happen, I have to have a place where my kids can go to school, sure, find a job, sure, get a home, and be able to live in their community in which they've grown up in. And so in order to be able to do that, we have to facilitate a certain degree of growth in order to be able to sustain our own families here.
I appreciate your comments about education. It was shared with me a long time ago that school is never out. And when they said that to me, I was kind of depressed when I thought school is never out. But the whole thought was, education doesn't really stop no matter what age you're at, but it's important in a community to offer higher education opportunities because not everybody can pack up and go to another city and, sure, go to school full time. And so it's exciting to hear those comments about higher education. Well, Commissioner, you got a couple meetings behind you, a couple study sessions, a couple real live city council meetings. Has there been any surprises? Or that may not be the right question. Let me ask it this way. Well, just tell me your thoughts. What's going on?
I really enjoy it. I enjoy the process, and as crazy as it sounds, people think I'm weird about it, but I've always had a joy for and a love for politics, and not the sense that the barbs that are thrown and some of the nonsense that we see in the political forum, but I love the idea of getting a group of people from every walk of life together in the same room and talking about their perspectives for their collective future. Because that's really what it's about. We have this city of this melting pot of individuals that have come together, and we've got our representatives there, and we all get together and we get to discuss what we think our future as a collective should be and what we're going to do in order to be able to get it there. And I think that's beautiful. It makes us, it really makes us great. It defines us as a people.
That's a great segue into the next question because you're talking about the diversity of individuals that sit around the table. And until you're sitting at the table and you look left and you look right and say, wow, this is a mixed bag of folks, whatever. Really is. So what will be the key, based on your opinion, what will be the key of working together?
It really is an understanding that it's our diversity that makes us great. If we start looking at one another and looking at each other's opinions and wanting to denigrate one another because we feel like, I'm right, So, you have to be wrong. That mentality, you're never going to be able to progress. But when we understand that it's our diversity and our different perspectives to where we can really come up with some innovative and great ideas to be able to make our community great, that's where you see greatness and where you see true creativity and true progress being made, is when it is our diversity that makes us who we are and makes us great as a nation as a whole and Enid as a whole.
I have, Commissioner, the opportunity from time to time to attend meetings in Tulsa and Oklahoma City, typically those two communities. And when I'm in those communities, I have a tendency to benchmark what the Enid television network is doing compared to a Tulsa and Oklahoma City. And I don't say this braggadocious, but we really far exceed some of the broadcast quality with the high definition things that we do. But again, with the study session and our city council meetings, the fact that we're able to live stream. So if you're unable to attend a meeting and you go to Mexico for vacation, you can watch the Enid City Commission. So I really pride on the growth and the steps that the Enid Television Network has played. As a commissioner, how do you view public access TV or ETN in providing that window to look at the study session and city council meetings?
It's critical. One of the most important things of having a representative government and having the type of government that we have is having an informed populace, and taking for granted that every individual is going to be able to pick up from what it is that they're doing and being able to just go in and attend every meeting, attend every study session. It just isn't accurate. It's just not true. There are people out there that have a desire to be informed and know what's going on and hear exactly out of the horse's mouth what's taking place. ETN provides a resource that a lot of other communities don't have and would kill to have, and people out there would love to be able to be a part of, they just don't have. ETN provides something that is a necessity for people who desire to be informed. And it's unfiltered. It's straight from the horse's mouth, and it's part of what makes us great. And it's excellent. I think we have a quality product that we should really value and take care of.
Well, I appreciate the quote, straight from the horse's mouth. I thought I was the only one who would say that, So it's good to know somebody else in America is saying that old phrase, straight from the horse's mouth. So you're representing, oh, by the way, I wanted to share with our viewers and you, Commissioner, news that when we benchmark against other communities, we've had communities like Muskogee come and tour ETN. I got a call from Midwest City recently. They want to know, how do we do what we're doing with technology and our meetings and stuff like that. And so a lot of people in the community aren't aware that other cities are looking at Enid on what ETN is doing, and also just really what the council is doing, things of this nature. These broadcasts really do serve as open that window for other communities to see how council meetings work and things of this nature. So we're just pleased to be a part of that.
That really is, that's excellent to be to the trailblazer. You never want to be the guy who's at the end of the trail, but to be on the front and making a pathway and showing, other communities how you can better represent and better show how your organization, how your community works. I think that's excellent, and I really commend you all for that.
A lot of the credit goes to our predecessors, if you will, city commissioners and city managers who had that vision 4 years ago, 5 years ago, said this is the direction we need to go, and we get to reap those benefits of that now.
Good stuff.
Well, you're representing Ward 4, and maybe too early in the game for you to know all the needs of Ward 4, but do you think your jurisdiction, your ward, is any different than 1 or 6 or 2 or 3?
I don't know if it's so much different, but I think I have one of the more diverse communities, in the sense that we have a massive rural area, we've got a densely populated area, we've got some industrialized areas. We have our ward is reflective of the whole community because we have everything in it, and so if one of the other wards has a problem, we most likely have it too, in regards to the fact that, whether it be drainage, it just covers such a broad area and a broad group of issues that we have a lot of things that we have to address, and we have to be very, very deliberate about how we do it.
I don't want to be a downer or anything, but I live in your ward, so by the way, I'll be asking for your home phone number so I can call my city councilor and say, hey, I need this representation here. Well, Commissioner Jonathan Waddell, thank you for being here at the Enid Television Network on Meet the Commissioner. I'd like to give you the opportunity as we close our visit today to speak to the camera, speak to the viewers, and you can just speak from your heart, but this is kind of open-ended, Jonathan.
Okay.
If you need to feel like you need to thank anyone or whatever, but I just want you to talk to your constituents and really all the folks here in Enid, Oklahoma.
All right. I want to thank everybody who made it out to the polls and voted. One of my biggest goals for over the next 4 years is to get a much larger turnout than what happened in this last election. I really think that our government works best and our community is better represented when we have everybody involved. So my goal is to reach each one of you as best way possible. Opportunities like this, continuing to go out to events and to meet each one of you, that's my goal, because I don't want what happens over the next 4 years to be what it is that I want to happen. What I want is for what you all want to take place. So my phone number is out there. I'd encourage you to give me a call. My email address is out there. Email me. For those who already have, you know that I email you back and I call you back. And I've had some great discussions. And I really look forward to every discussion that comes after this. Whether you have something great to say or bad to say, I really just want to hear what it is that you have to say, because I want this city to be a reflective of what it is that you want.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner. I want to remind everybody that also you can go to enid.org, the City of Enid website, and you can see the headings along on the home page, and you can click on City Leadership, and you'll see with the mayor some of the bios of all the commissioners. Again, that is at www.enid.org. Commissioner, Ward 4, Jonathan Waddell, thank you for being with us today on Meet the Commissioner. And you heard it straight from the horse's mouth, right? I just love that phrase. I don't know if that's good that you mentioned it or not, but thanks for being with us. Thank you for being with us today on Meet the Commissioner. I hope you enjoyed our visit with Ward 4 Commissioner Jonathan Waddell, and he looks forward to hearing from you. And we look forward to hearing from you as well. So until next time, here on Meet the Commissioner, I'm Steve Kime. Make it a great day.